Hi everybody! Today we're going to have a deep look at the Symphony No. 7 second movement by Beethoven. Now, if you're watching this video, that means that there have been two videos previous to this one. The first one is a movement activity for Symphony No. 7 second movement, so you've heard it before. But also there's one just below that about folding paper. And the reason why that's there is because included in your Canvas assignment today is a PDF that you can print out. But if you don't have a printer, I want to encourage you to go ahead and get a plain piece of paper and fold it into 4 sections and to draw these elements that we're going to have a look at today so that you can get the full experience. So if you're somebody who, because you don't have a printer or don't have time to print, you are going to want to pause this video intermittently so that you can draw what we're looking at. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to follow this map. Now this is a map that I drew when I was listening to this symphony, the second movement of the symphony. So if you're going to print, then you don't really have to do anything here, but if you're going to draw, go ahead and draw this. If it doesn't look exactly like mine, that's okay. The only other thing I need to point out to you is that we're going to be listening to this piece, but there's a portion of it that is so quiet that you may be tempted to turn up your volume, but the second half of the piece is rather forte. It's rather loud. So go ahead and let it get really quiet and see how much of it you can hear, and eventually it will get louder and it'll be fine. Okay? All right, my friends, let's get started. Put your finger at the beginning of the map, and when you see my highlighter move, you're going to move with my highlighter pen. All right, here we go. Okay, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, and now it's time for you to turn to your dot map, which is map number 2. Now, if you're somebody who's going to draw this, I want to draw your attention to a couple of things. This first group right here has 5 dots. The second group has 5 dots, and this group right here has 5 dots. So let's follow it together. I'm going to see if I can make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Let's follow it together. So now that we've followed the regular map, I'd like to listen to this piece again with you, but this time we're going to follow our dot map. So if you are somebody who's going to draw this, I'd like you to notice that there are 5 dots in the first section. There are 5 dots in the second section, and in this part there are 9 dots. So that's what you would draw. If you're going to draw them, go ahead and pause the video and then jump back on when you finish drawing your 5, 5, and then 9 dots. All right, here we go. Put your finger on the first dot with me. That's just beautiful. I hope you were able to follow along. So now we're going to move up to this map. This is our rhythm map, and you'll notice that we basically just took the dots that we had been using in the frame before, and we drew tas and titis. So if you're somebody who is going to be drawing this, go ahead and pause the video, but notice that there's a stem and then two stems and a bar, a stem, a stem, a stem, stems and a bar, stem and stem. So the way that it's going to work is it's going to be ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. Now if you notice, there's a half note over here. If you've already drawn those dots and you don't want to use a half note, you can replace it with this instead. I'll write it down here. You could replace it with a quarter note and then a rest. And that's okay. That would be equivalent to the half note. So this would be equal to that. So if you're drawing it and you want to conserve your efforts and just use the dot map above, you can do that, but you might find it easier to use this rhythm instead of the half note. Okay, now let's follow this version. Let me make sure I've got the whole map in the camera view, and let me push play. Here we go. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Have a good day. Bye.